Hello my friends, it's me, here with another great video. And today I want to talk to you about something very important but at the same time, very simple. We are going to discuss 9 foods that should never ever be refrigerated. But before we begin, please like this video and subscribe so you can get healthy. Let's talk about what happens when we put certain foods in our refrigerator. And I'm talking about the common things that most of us have in our kitchens. The first one is tomatoes. There's nothing wrong with tomatoes. They are great. But if you keep them in the refrigerator, they lose their flavor and their texture. You see, tomatoes are sensitive to low temperatures and they tend to become soft and watery when exposed to them for extended periods of time. Instead, what you want to do is to keep them at room temperature, preferably in a cool, dry place. This will help preserve their quality and taste better. And you know what else? Tomatoes contain lycopene, a powerful antioxidant, and it has been shown that refrigerating tomatoes reduces the bioavailability of lycopene. So if you want to get the most out of your tomatoes, keep them out of the fridge. Next on the list are potatoes. I love potatoes. I think they are delicious. They are also very versatile, right? But did you know that refrigerating potatoes is not a good idea? Yes, because it can actually be harmful to your health. When you refrigerate potatoes, the starch in them converts to sugar, which can cause digestive problems for people with diabetes or other gut issues. Plus, the cold temperature can also break down the cell walls of the potatoes, leading to a loss of nutrients. Instead of keeping them in the fridge, it's better to store them in a cool, dark, dry place. If you have already cut your potatoes, then you can keep them in an airtight container in the refrigerator, but don't keep them there for longer than 3 days. And remember, always wash your hands thoroughly before handling food. Let's talk about onions. Onions are another thing that you should not refrigerate, and I know many of us like to keep them in the refrigerator because we think that it will make them last longer. But the truth is that low temperatures can cause them to sprout and rot faster. Instead, you should store onions in a cool, dry, well-ventilated area. And here's a little pro tip from me to you. You can actually keep them in a mesh bag or net to allow for better air circulation. And this will really help extend their shelf life. And guess what? Onions contain many antioxidants and compounds that can help boost your immune system. So by refrigerating them, you might be weakening their health benefits. Now let's talk about garlic. Garlic is awesome, right? I mean, it's great for adding flavor to our dishes, and it also has some really cool health benefits due to its antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. But did you know that storing garlic in the refrigerator can actually reduce its potency? Yes, it is true. The cold temperature can affect its delicate flavor and aroma compounds, making it less pungent and flavorful. Instead, you should store garlic in a cool, dry place, preferably with good air circulation. And here's a bonus tip for you. You can actually braid your garlic like you see me doing here. This will help prevent it from sprouting and rotting, and it will also look nice in your kitchen. Garlic contains a compound called allicin, which is responsible for most of its health benefits. Studies have shown that refrigerating garlic can significantly reduce the amount of allicin in it. So by storing garlic properly, you can ensure that you get the most out of its flavor and benefits. Let's talk about eggs. Eggs are a great source of protein and other essential nutrients. But did you know that refrigerating eggs can actually affect their quality? Well, it is true. The yolk and the whites can separate, causing the egg to become watery and less thick. The cold temperature can also cause the formation of ice crystals inside the egg, which can further affect its texture and taste. Instead, you should store eggs in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight. And here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that in many countries, eggs are actually stored at room temperature? In the United States, we often refrigerate eggs because of food safety regulations. But in places like France and Japan, they are commonly stored at room temperature. In these countries, eggs are typically washed and sanitized more thoroughly, which allows them to be stored outside of the refrigerator. So if you have the option, try storing your eggs at room temperature and see if you notice a difference in taste and texture. Did you know that olive oil is another food that should not be refrigerated? Olive oil is a healthy fat that is rich in antioxidants and other beneficial compounds. But when you refrigerate it, it can solidify and become cloudy, which can make it seem like it has gone bad. However, this is just a change in texture, and it does not mean that the oil has gone bad. In fact, extra virgin olive oil is actually best stored at room temperature because refrigeration can cause it to oxidize more quickly. Instead, you should store olive oil in a cool, dark place away from heat and light. This will help preserve its quality and flavor. And here's a bonus tip for you. You can actually use olive oil as a salad dressing by adding a little bit of lemon juice or vinegar. This will help prevent the oil from separating, and it will also add a nice tang to your salad. All right, my friends, let's talk about honey. Honey is a natural sweetener that is high in antioxidants and has several health benefits. But when you refrigerate honey, it can crystallize, which can make it look grainy and less appealing. However, this is just a change in texture, and it does not mean that the honey has gone bad. In fact, crystallized honey is actually more concentrated and has a stronger flavor than uncrystallized honey. To prevent honey from crystallizing in the refrigerator, you can warm it up to a low temperature, stir it gently, and then pour it into a clean jar. And here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that honey never spoils? That's right. It can be stored indefinitely, and it will still be safe to eat. Now let's talk about peanut butter. Peanut butter is a tasty and convenient snack that is high in protein and healthy fats. But when you refrigerate peanut butter, it can become hard and difficult to spread. Instead, you should store peanut butter at room temperature in an airtight container. This will help prevent it from drying out or absorbing the flavors of other foods in your refrigerator. And here's a bonus tip for you. You can actually make your own peanut butter at home by blending peanuts with a little bit of salt and sugar. This will allow you to control the ingredients and ensure that you get a high-quality product. Last but not least, avocados. Avocados are a superfood that are rich in healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals. But when you refrigerate an avocado that is not ripe, the flesh can become hard and grainy, which can make it less enjoyable to eat. Instead, you should store avocados at room temperature until they are ripe, and then refrigerate them to prevent them from over-ripening. And here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that avocados can actually ripen faster if you store them in a paper bag? This is because the paper bag will trap ethylene gas, which avocados produce as they ripen. So by storing them in a paper bag, you can speed up the ripening process. So there you have it, my friends. These are 9 foods that you should never refrigerate. By following these simple tips, you can help preserve their quality, flavor, and nutritional value. Remember, small changes can make a big difference in your health and well-being, and these are the small changes that can make a huge difference. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, stay healthy and happy.